let's get going with some game week 1 takeaways here. So Tazz, you want to get us started?
Yeah. I mean, besides missing out on captaining Salah, now I'm still happy with the captain Alba. He scored a goal. That's all you kind of expect from a captain, just to at least that one attacking return. Besides that, Arsenal looked pretty well. So they start off, I guess, is the Everton versus Spurs game. Who expected Everton to come out like that? There's a lot of people are considering now Everton assets. How do you guys feel about them?
I mean, I was considering James Rodriguez before the season started anyway, but he was just a little bit out of my price point. But yeah, they looked really good, really good. So might look into Dominic Calvert-Lewin a little bit more. Gasch?
In terms of game week 1, I had a couple of things that I was, kind of focusing on when I was looking at my team afterwards. Southampton didn't keep a clean sheet, which I thought was disappointing, but KWP, Kyle Walker-Peters, still had the most touches in the opposition half for any defender in the game. So I was really pleased by how far he was getting forward. I was confused by Mitrovic getting benched against Arsenal, and actually just today, on Wednesday we're recording, he started and played the full game in the cup. So, he might be getting benched again this upcoming weekend, so kind of something to keep an eye on. I thought Timo Werner looked like a really solid. He looked sharp on the field. And I thought Ayling, the Leeds right back, looked really good actually against Liverpool. He was getting in really good attacking position, so I'm pretty happy with that pick as well.
Who played better between him and Dallas? Because I know that was a big debate before the season. I missed that game.
I'm actually based on what I saw, they're actually both fairly priced. In terms of being the same price as one another, they were both. Leeds did a good job of attacking down both flanks, in my opinion. So I wouldn't be too bothered either way.
Is there one of them that you prefer after that first game?
Ayling, because I have him in my team.
Okay. And C4, besides triple captaining Salah, what are your other big takeaways from game week 1?
That out of my 11 players who started, only 4 of them returned. So I don't think the rest of my team will do that poorly next week. But I don't expect Kane and Adams and Mitrovic all to blank this coming game week.
Well, I mean, if Mitrovic just played the full cup today, that might be.
Yeah, but in the championship, you're used to playing 2 sets of 90 in a week. So to me, this is more of a sign of, because there's the rumors of him having a hamstring issue going into game week 1. This to me is showing, hey, you know what? He's good to go now. He'll play more minutes for Fulham when he's all healthy.
Do we know what happened last week? Why he was benched?
I heard a couple of times on the broadcast, hamstring injury. I guess the only other answer could have been was that he played, I think, 180 minutes for his national team in the last week before that. So, and
then they had the cup game coming up this week. All right, so it makes sense. Not too much concern for Mitrovic just yet. Not hitting the panic button yet.
My biggest concern is Dele Alli.
Oh man, yeah. I told you, man. I told you, Dele Alli is not worth bringing in.
Still a better midfielder than anyone on Arsenal, but
that's just not true.
Name me a better midfielder, because we were having this conversation before you got on, and I had
William performed better.
William performed better, way better.
He performed better, but is he a better midfielder?
Well, that's just your opinion.
I think so. All right. Well,
I mean, he outperformed Dele Alli last season too. So what are you going off at?
Did Alex Ferguson tell Jose Mourinho to buy Leon? No, he told him to buy Dele Alli.
How many times are we going to advertise the special?
I think what he was saying is, he was saying don't purchase him. He was saying walk by Dele Alli. Do not go anywhere near that player.
Yeah. My big takeaways from game week 1, I wrote them down here. So let me check. Zaha. I thought Zaha did really well. Tazz, you must have been happy. He looked really.
I didn't have him, but.
Oh, you changed your mind?
Yeah, I transferred him out.
Why'd you do that?
For the long term, it was better to have 3 forwards up top to start, for me, in my opinion.
He looked really good out there. He scored 1.
He did.
Had 2 or 3. He was involved in everything they did. So, yeah, I'm excited about Zaha. Might try to find a way to get him in my squad after the wild card if he keeps it up. Also, was a bit concerned about that Liverpool defense. They let Leeds score 3 on him. We know Leeds are a pretty strong team considering they just got promoted, but it was not a good showing for Liverpool at all. Are you guys worried about the Liverpool defense at all?
So I'm not at all, and I'm saying that as someone that's doubled up on Liverpool with Trent and Robbo, if you looked at what's going on there, Liverpool only had an expected goals conceded of like 0.27 or something like that, and Leeds scored with like all 3 shots on target, or something along those lines, where it was just really really good finishing from Leeds, and Liverpool got unlucky. It was like an individual mistake from Van Dijk too, which he really doesn't make too often. So I'm not really too worried about that at all.
Right. A lot of people were very worried on Twitter, I noticed. But that's probably just the knee-jerk reactions as always. Yeah, what else did I think? Che Adams looked really good as well with Danny Ings. Looked like he could be a solid option. I know we talked about him before the season as a solid option, but I think he kind of proved that Southampton can carry 2 goal-scoring forwards, like 2 FPL-worthy forwards.